Hi everybody, this is Diane. I'm going to do some finishing up work on these journals that I'm working on with the Embroidered Ladies of Paris digital kit from Tailor Made Journals. So I'm just going to jump right in where I've been working this morning, and then I thought I should probably turn the camera on and let you see some more of the work in here. So right now I'm just going to take one of the embellishments from the journal card that I cut apart. If you recall, I took one of these journal cards, well, several of these journal cards, and cut this lady out and did an embellishment with it, and then also with these pieces. And I have some of the side pieces, the embroidery, left over. So I'm using them to just embellish the top of a page here. So I'm just going to cut this out a little bit more and glue it down. It's Saturday today as I'm making this, and I am planning on going to visit my mother this afternoon for Mother's Day, because my kids are taking me out tomorrow. I won't be able to visit her tomorrow. She won't go out to restaurants yet, so we can't take her out. But she's gluten-free. So, but she likes it when I make her some coconut macaroon cookies or meringue cookies sometimes. So I made her some meringues this morning and just took them out of the oven. And I did an experiment. I added a little bit of, I made some plain ones, and then I added a little bit of orange flavor and orange food coloring to a tiny portion. That made 5 cookies, I think, and then also cherry and some red food coloring. So I hope she likes those. On this page, I'm going to add a piece of washi tape. I've had these washi ladies for a long time, so I'm going to use them in here. Hopefully I'll be able to peel it without too much trouble. Peel the backing. Of course, the other ones, there was a corner that, oh, okay, there we go. Thought maybe just because I was on camera it was going to be difficult. Those are pretty sticky, so I didn't add glue to that. We have a fabric flip there. Let's see, what's the next thing we have to do? I'm just kind of going through and doing finishing touches. I'm going to add some washi tape on this page. I just got out some rolls in the color and style that I wanted for this journal. I'm just putting them on randomly. I don't use washi tapes as much as I should. I forget about them, and they're sitting right here within reach. I'm going to add a little washi tape to this page. Then I'm going to take one of my genuine calling cards and a digital postcard. I did include one genuine antique postcard in each journal, but the ones that I'm clipping onto this page are digitals from one of my postcard digital kits. It's going to be a cool weekend for us. It was 80 degrees one day last week, and then it got cool again, which I don't mind. I like it cool. But it's been rainy and cool, and I have my sweatshirt on today. And it was down in the 30s last night, temperature-wise. I'll put a pretty little teardrop paper clip on there. Okay, this page doesn't have this. I'm going to put a little collage here using a Tailor-Made Journals little ladies, kind of like a cigarette card. I'm not sure what the digital kit is called. I can't remember. But you get a lot of pages with lots of little images on it. So it's a really great digital kit to get. I'm using quite a few of Lorna's digital sets in these books. The pages, of course, the Embroidered Ladies pages, plus these cards and some French ephemera from at least two of her kits, because she has several French ephemera and paper kits. And, oh, some photographs, vintage photographs that are hers. This ticket is not hers. I'm not sure where that came from. So I'm just cutting out this little ticket to add to this little collage. Sorry if I was out of frame for some of that. And I want to add one more little element. Sorry, I'm reaching in front of the camera. How about this little, if I can pick it up, just this little die cut flower. And I'll just glue them on right there. I'm just going to glue one edge. So it could be a tuck spot if you want. Each of these little collages that I put in each signature has one of the little cards and a ticket, and then an extra little embellishment. This one was a circle that I cut out of scrapbook paper, one of the cut apart pages. So that little piece varied from book to book. Now, I guess this goes here. And more washi tape. I love this one. I need to do it on this page. Adding glue just so the washi tape doesn't come up, because it will. I think I actually need to have this book down here. I switched them. Here I added a embroidered linen pocket, and I just want to stamp on this tag. In this pocket I added this little booklet that I had made. I showed this in a previous video, and there's one of these in each of the journals. So here I just cut a piece of a tablecloth thing. It was just a little thing to put on a table and put your vase on or something. So I just cut that out and put it on, and then this one is another decorative table piece. And I want to put this vintage tag in there, and I'm going to stamp on it. I have these Vintage Ladies Ultimate Crafts, the Ritz collection, and I got this from Joann.com at least 2 years ago. And I will stamp the word wonderful. And add some seam binding. I'm doubling it to make it nice and fluffy. So I have 2 loops here and 4 strands to pull through. Sorry, you are not seeing what I'm doing, are you? I'm not doing this very well. Well, there's a collage on this. Oh, that's the one I just did, right? So, why is it over here? Don't know. It's okay. They don't all have to be exactly the same. In this pocket, I added the tag that I made in a previous video, and I said I was going to add some things to the top, so I put a colored ball chain with some kind of a dangle on it, and then some sari silk. I made this one, I think, in the video, but not this one. Or maybe I did, I don't know. I don't remember which ones I made in the video, but there they are, finished with their embellishments. Okay, so now I have one more signature to complete. This is supposed to be here. I glued on the little tuck spots. This is one of the Nostalgia Graphic Land cards. The ledger and the little bits of color, it's just perfect with that paper that I'm using from Tailor Made Journals, because they're also light colored with little bits of color and feminine. I have a few more of the journal cards from Tailor Made Journals that are part of the kit. I have a few more of them to add, so once I have all this extra embellishing done, I'll go back through and just tuck some more cards into pockets or what have you. This was printed on just a paper instead of cardstock, but it's a good quality paper, so it's sturdy enough. You'll be able to pull that out and write on it. And it's one of the Tailor Made photographs. I think that's one of hers. I thought I wasn't going to do any distressing in this journal, in these journals, because I liked the quality, you know, the clean looking quality, but I'm doing a lot of distressing in these journals. That's okay. It looks good, I think. I think there are some elements that you haven't seen me do yet, so hang in there while I put some washi tape on some of these pages. I'm kind of methodical and like to go in order, which is why I like to have the signatures put together before I start decorating. Got some glue there. Okay, here's one of the things I need to show you. I've made these cards, which I believe I showed in a different video. I have to put the little label on it. And then I took one of the Tailor Made Journals French letters or ephemera or pages, whatever. I don't know what kit it is. I know that one of the kits I'm using is the French, antique French checks. But this one is a larger page. So I'm going to distress that for you. Show you how I distress them to make them look old. I have it folded the way I want it in there. So I'm going to cap my glue. I have this tool. It's got razor inside, but it's completely safe, which is what I need. You could take the edge of scissors and do this. But I have this, so I'm using this. And there are other tools like this that you can get. This one is from Close to My Heart from many years ago. So I'm just rubbing that along the edge of this paper to soften it so it doesn't look all new and crisp. and I cut it there, like it, but that's good because it makes it look old. I do like to print things like this on a thinner piece of paper, but I didn't with this set. So the papers are thick. The thinner papers are softer, and like I'm going to wad this up. So the thinner papers do that better, but it works. This is one of my good quality papers. Okay, so the edge is all distressed. Now I am going to use my distress ink. So the edges are white because of rubbing away the paper there. I'm just going to make sure the edges get brown. Now I'm going to wad this up. Now you don't have to, because some, the letters and checks and things were well preserved for the most part. But just because this isn't a soft paper, I want to make it softer. And wadding it up will break fibers and make it softer, because old papers are soft. And I tore it there, right on the fold line, which very often old papers are torn on the fold line because folding them weakens the fibers. I'm just going to rub some vintage photo ink over it, and those wrinkles will pick up the color. A little bit of work, but I think the results are worth it, and you can still write on that. Fold it back up and tuck it in the pocket. Oh, forgot I had it folded that way so it would fit. I think I've run out of the little border pieces, so I'm going to just add one of these little clustery pieces. But but I could add all 3 of these. I ended up cutting up 6 of those journaling cards, but there are plenty in the kit. I had 12 cards for each journal. 3 of them were used as pockets for each journal, and 3 were cut up. I still have plenty to put in the pockets. I'm feeling better today as far as my allergies go. The rainy days make me feel sick. I can feel sick on a day that's not rainy too, just depending on how the pollen count and everything is. But I'm doing a lot better today. Yesterday I wasn't feeling so good. And yesterday was busy. I had the boys from 7:30 to 3:30ish, and my young friend that likes to come and hang out with me. She's also a friend of my older grandson, so I arranged for her to come when they were done with school. She's homeschooled too, so I went and picked her up, and we made brownies with Adam. And just as the boys were leaving, my son brought my granddaughter so I could watch her for the evening. So it was a very busy day yesterday. Another piece of that washi tape. I don't want the ones that look, I think these are supposed to be magical ladies. I don't want to call them witches. So I don't want to use the ones that look too witchy. This one looks like a crystal ball in front of her. I don't want to use that one. Next, we'll add some more washi tape. So there's a lot of detail in these books. And some vintage items, some vintage postcards and some vintage calling cards and vintage linens. Now we get to pick out another calling card. About that one with the birds. That's pretty. I had to print all of my postcards when I put them in the shop so I could show you how they printed, and then I've been cutting them up the last couple of days. So I'm glad I get to use some of them. This one has a pocket, but that's because it'd be harder to write on this page. You could, it's still light colored, you could write on it. So I think each journal has a page like this where I added this digital pocket. I don't even know where I got it. I just found it in my drawer of envelopes or pockets. It was already printed and I had 2 of them. And then these tags I added to that. So, but this one you can journal on this page. So I'm not going to add anything to that page. Can add this pretty lady though over here. We'll do another little collage here. The card and a ticket. This one has birds on it. That bird card is actually one of the, I think it's in an advertising card kit of mine. It's one of the new kits I put in a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, I guess. I just cut out all the little divots on the ticket. I think I'm going to trim this down a little bit. And I'll see if I can find a little embellishment to add to that. Maybe that. I was hoping to find a butterfly, or not a butterfly, a heart or something. I could easily make one, but I'd like to use something that's already here. And these are getting too big. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that'll be fine. I don't know if I have a fabric pocket sewn onto this yet, so we might have to select and cut an embroidered piece to make pocket on this journal, on this signature. Yep, it's for that page. So let's see what we have. Don't have a lot of time. I think that design is a little too big. Those stitches are too big. They're not delicate enough for this journal. I used a piece of this already. Oh, how about this? This is from one of the covers. I used this piece for one of the covers, so I could make the pocket out of this. This is in pretty rough shape here. This is a little thin, so I cut it just a little bit higher than it needs to be, and I can fold it down and sew a hem there, and then sew it on as a pocket. But I will do that off camera. But I need to add, I'm going to add something else to this pocket too. Forgot what else I had. Guess I could just put one of these in there. Have to trim it. I have these images from this wallpaper too, or wrapping paper that Wanda from the flea market gave me one time. So I could make it, glue that to some cardstock and tuck it in there. We'll do the same lady that I just did on this one because it's going in a different journal. There's another lady that's on a different tag in each journal. I don't have to distress that card because it's definitely a vintage card. This is all natural aging on it. And it will look wonderful. Wonder if this card would fit in there. Yep. I have these just plain old cards. I think I got these in a Happy Mail. And I thought they would look nice in these books too. So I can put all kinds of things in these pockets. This is that wrapping paper. So like I said, I will glue these to some cardstock and just tuck them into those pockets. This one needs the ball chain. And how about this little green heart? It's a heart with green inside. Teddy was in here yesterday while I was working, and he saw the ball chains, and he was, just looking at it, and he said, I really want to do this. I know how to close it, but I know I shouldn't because it's open and I shouldn't close it. I said, you can go ahead, just open it again when you're done. He was so excited he got to close it. And some sari silk. I don't think that's how I did it. I saw Heather from Ruby and Pearl XO on YouTube do the ball chain thing on some tags, and I really liked that. There we go. All I have to do is sew that pocket on and put these pieces on cardstock, and then go back through and find a place to put these final cards. And then I can sew these journals together, and they'll be ready to put in my shop. So you'll see this video Monday, I believe. So maybe on Tuesday I will have them in my shop sometime. Sometime on Tuesday. We're going to plan on it. No promises because they're not done yet. So I can't promise. Who knows what will happen. But it's very possible they'll be in the shop on Tuesday. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing these journals, and I hope you'll come back to see the finished final flip through. And I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.